Children are inspiring individuals and enjoy international living and travel. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Mostafa Ewees. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. I hope you're doing good. Thank you very much for lovely keynoting and introduction about me and my biography. It's my honor, first of all, and let me start the keynote as soon as we can because we don't have time. I can see everybody's running, like we're running too fast over here. Okay. All right. Next slide, please. Okay. My topic today is talking about the AI, how it's going to develop and drive into organizational behavior change. Okay, next slide, please. Here, the AI is going to be the main source about the deep learning because everybody's going actually about the internet and being so crazy about the devices and the technology. High tech, it's according, it depends about how you're going to be accessibility and what kind of the deep learning really was. You have kind of progressing that the machine learning going around, okay, at the same time, the networks, it's going to be accessibility depends about your scientific and logical thinking and your philosophical thinking. Computing, it's important, but it depends about how you're going to manage your time management and how you're going to do your scheduling. Because over more than 15 or 25 minutes, it's going to affect your nerve system. And this is going to axing a lot of psychological problems. Surprising and related to the previous keynotes that I heard it from many doctors and many professors when I started listening to them, I was really indeed going through the industrial and very computing thing, which I believe this surprising learning so far. People around the world, they take in learning as a machine, but you have to educate yourself and train yourself that you have a passion in learning because when you let your students loves you very much and love your topic, you have to give him kind of entertaining. This entertaining accessibility with the deep learning with the AI. The AI give you prestiging at the same time give you accessibility, too much varieties, how you're going to get your intellectuality so far. And this is depends about how you make your social interaction inside the classroom or outside the classroom. Next slide, please. Emotion intelligence is very extremely important and significant because without emotion intelligence, without feelings and emotion, there is no self-awareness. There is nothing that's called social awareness. There is nothing that's called self-management, social skills. All the four categorized that what I mentioned, it's connected with the five W's: what, where, when, which, who. The self-awareness that you feel what you see, and it depends what kind of your behaviorism. It's going to be negative or positive. It's going to be negative, how you convert it to positive. It's going to be positive, how you're going to develop it and you're going to implement it. The AI give you accessibility and developing these things related to your social things, how you're going to be sociable and you using your touchability about to understanding emotion intelligence or emotion making of other people's skills. At the same time, when you do memorizing and how you're going to manage that, okay, you have to use your self-confidence and your self-awareness. At the same time, your skills, you have two kind of skills. Number one, you have the regular skills that you were raised by your parents, by your social interaction, the 50 or the 55 percentage about what you're raised, it depends about that, and different things that you have the other 50 when you communicate to other people. It's called deep skills. Next slide, please. Okay. Going through this chart, if we're going to throw these chart too fast, okay, you're going to see that operational excellency, all right, it's providing you're progressing and how what kind of the social interaction and what kind of the quality of your social interaction, okay, and what kind of the quality of your positivity and your negativity. At the same time, if you're going to deal with the students or you're dealing with the clients or customers, you have to accept and approach their expectations. In the same time, you have to put a strategy going through their focusing about their problems, okay? And you have to make a harmony, like a tempo and a melody with your employers to give them kind of motivation to put them on the right track. At the same time, you're coaching them and you put them in the right track. Okay, going and the way that you're leading, it's part of that you motivate them and put them on the right track and you coach them and you monitor them. At the same time, you're doing kind of training or you doing every week like a meeting, workshop, training programs. It depends about the time management so far. Okay, surprising things, okay, it's important because this is the most passionate thing related to how you're going to motivate your clients or your students, okay. In the same time, you are extending and you're making very extremely distinguishing about the quality or the quality of insurance or the quality of the education so far. It depends about how you're going to behave that or how you're going to make an attitude, and this depends about your behaviorism. Next slide, please. After you're going uh, the previous circle that we talk about, leadership, we have different leadership stylistic so far, okay? And the way that you're going to see your production, okay, the way that your curving is going up and going up and going down, means that you're going in the right track, by the way, because if you're going or you train yourself to be a stable so far and how you're going to affect your psychological factor, you have to delegate and you have to support going through your coaching in the same time to be direct or indirectly when you throw something. Okay. High to be high, all right, or to be putting yourself as a supportive, okay, what it depends about how you behave that, okay, you have to support or at least you have to upgrading your routine every day. It depends about what kind of the methodology that you created or you adopted. Okay. At the same time, how you're going to support your behaviorism, even it's going to be negative or positive, depends about it's going to be depends about the situation so far. Depends it's going to be inside the classroom or outside the classroom. And the most categorized important factor related to your psychological factor, how you behave it, that the way that you're going to behave with your students outside the classroom or outside the field, because they're going to see a human being with the emotional intelligence so far. Next slide, please. This is the mechanism what I mentioned. It's going to be a transformal leadership related to the organizational behavior change with the AI. The AI, it's give you a good experience, collecting the data, giving the experience, touching the thing, and the same time how you're going to lead and how you change. Because when you lead, you're going to change your motivation, and it depends what kind of the mentality that you're talking with. At the same time, your transformational leadership should be a flexible leadership style using the way that you're going to be using your stylistic, because you have engagement, you have you have to use your passion. At the same time, the way that you're going to enhance it related to your behaviorism or psychological factor, it's going to be full of your open influences so far. Next. Positive behaviorism through your organizational community or leader community with AI, it's important so far. These days, we are using robotics and computing and a lot of programs, GBD or stuff like that, or different programs. That's good for you, okay. But how? Okay, if you if you don't have an AI, what are you going to do? There's another alternative. Yes, okay. Depending on AI, it's a good thing, but not all of the thing. Okay, because you have to train yourself to do something that's called balanced approach. It depends about how you're going to engage your emotion intelligence and how you're going to make a transformation about your negative and the positive. It's important to do something like that. These learning community going through the circles, if you're going to focus about the orange circle over here, you're going to talk about yourself. But if you're going through the green area, that's the learning community, okay, with the AI. Okay, but it depends about the reflection or the reaction about the people. Especially, you have to understand their culturalism in the same time to understand their tradition. And this is related to the social interaction and educational psychologists. They're supporting and they're coaching these things. Next, please. Finally, I want to go through all these things. Okay, educational psychology, it's the most important factor related to the psychological factor about your behaviorism. Even it's going to be negative or positive. Variety of the educational challenge, it's give you the students motivate or you motivate them inside the classroom, and it depends what kind of the quality in the management or the engagement, especially when you're going to deal with the special needs education people because they need, like, I don't want to say you're just killing yourself to do something and you need to observe or you need to just put them in the right track and give them their good production. No, the way that you're going to support the psychological factor, especially for the special needs, okay, you need to use kind of AI. And you're going to be grateful if you're going to train the special needs students about how they're going to be accessibility about the AI. And we have many researchers. I have many researchers about this with different colleagues in Europe and even in Asia. Okay, if you're going to throw this chart, like that, you're going to support them. In the same time, you put them a different program. It depends about what kind of the specification that you're putting. In the same time, you're going to use the psychological factor related to the what kind of the educational psychologist you're going to support with motivation. Okay, and the same time, you're doing kind of adaptation. Next slide, please. All right. Please go through these reference if this can be possible. This is one of my books on the Amazon, okay, and I did this for the clinical or the medical field, especially for the therapy schools and medical schools and nursery schools. Okay, the have to understand what the social culture and variation help throw in these things. Beside, it's a very important article. It's called Decoding Human Behavior. Decoding means that AI, it's give you codes. In the same time, you're decoding the human behavior, put him on the right track. Even if he doesn't have a support or doesn't have a reference, the AI is going to support them. But in the same time, I'm not asking for that the AI is going to program the human being. No, I'm not asking for that. This is the reason I'm telling you, you have to tame making a time management or a scheduling, and it depends how you're going to do that because too much using technology, it's really dangerous. Okay, like one of the research that I just observed like a couple of months, right, with my with the different colleagues in Sweden, Professor Sweden's psychology, different Sweden psychology. Okay, that if you're going to see or just going through the reels every day, more than 15 minutes, it's going to affect your nerve system. And this is going to be observed and affecting your nerves and your cells. This is important because it's not recharging your batteries. You're going to face a problem for drinking water, just a regular water, healthy food, not sleeping time. Your sleeping program or biological sleeping program is going to be a serious problem so far. Please, please, indeed, if you have any questions, I'm here for you. Okay. And this is the last quotation that I'd like to throw forward. Okay. Was a commentary about what kind of the social interaction, what is the psychological factor, and what kind of the motivation that professors or teachers or even educators, how you're going to interact with their students. It depends what kind of their passions, how they're going to upgrade their passions, and what kind of the routine that you're talking about. Thank you very much. And next slide, the last one. I'm waiting for any questions. And please, if you have any questions, please email me, just Google Mustafa Ewees. You will have many books for me and researches and a lot of things between I did it with the Stanford universities, with my colleagues and my professors, and different things around the world. Thank you very much. We'll appreciate it. And I hope you're just enjoying my keynote. Thank you.